Welcome back to Wall Street Confidential. For this round, I picked a top 10 most searched stock, Altria. Jim, you own it for Action Alerts, has a great yield,
I'm going to tell you this,
drama.
This is my favorite stock going into 2009. If I had to just pick one stock, I think that interest rates are very low. This has an 8.5% yield. I think that the UST deal will close, and that's going to give it tremendous growth, which is what everyone's looking for. The snuff part of the market is big. But most importantly, and I know there'll be sin taxes galore, but most importantly, this stock has been now knocked down by a lawsuit that will fail. People who follow the lawsuits in tobacco, and I've made it my business since I graduated from Harvard Law to follow every one of these, should recognize two things. There's a right to sue, and then there's the ability to win. As Lincoln would say, tried by war, but the victory will not go to these guys. And the reason why it won't is because the courts have been very reluctant, given the fact that there's been a tobacco warning for years and years and years. They're very reluctant to say, you know what, this was something that was hidden, because it's very clear on the side of a package that this causes cancer, and no one ever disputes that. So what the Supreme Court did was not be preemptive in the sense that you can't. They're never going to decide, I think, in favor of someone not being able to sue at all. All they're really saying is, listen, you can sue. They're not saying you can win, and they won't win. So, I mean, the stock was down unnecessarily because of the headline risk, and people are freaking out. And that was just an amazing opportunity. We were frozen in ActionAlertsPlus.com because we've mentioned it. But if I had to own one stock that I felt would have a clear path for 2009, given the low interest rate environment, it would have to be this one. And the company has no dollar exposure, which I think there's a weak dollar coming, but I'm obviously early on that. It can take the business by storm. Remember the way the business works. You can't advertise. So it's impossible to take share from anybody, and Marlboro Man's got it. And with growth for the first time in years and years because of UST, I see this stock going very quickly back to 20, very quickly. 5 points while you wait, good dividend. Alex, this is the stock to own.
Devil's advocate for 1 second. A Democratic administration usually not a friend to a cigarette company, tobacco company. How does that factor into your...
I think I'm using declining volumes because of sin tax. I believe that the government is never going to favor tobacco, and Obama will certainly be no friend. But that's why it's at 15 and not 20. At 20, we will address the friendship.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough. All right. So Jim's #1 2009 pick, Altria. Thanks so much, Jim.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more from TheStreet.com TV.